Hey everybody, this is AYG's Alpha Team, here with another Destiny 2 video. This video is going to be about the loadout I use whenever I do public events. Now this will apply to any public event on any planet. And there's two variations I use, and we're just going to break them down real quick for you. Now I use a Titan. As a result, I'm limited to certain things, but in addition to being a Titan, I do have some benefits. One of which is this chess piece. Now, first of all, public events, you're going to be dealing with hordes of enemies, but also every public event, whenever you turn it heroic, is going to have some huge boss. And even if you don't have heroics, a lot of times there's just a boss you have to kill at the end. So you need to do damage to hordes, and you also need to do damage to bosses, which is two different things, like two different weapon sets that usually occur. So you kind of want to complement both of those with your loadout. And another thing is time is always against you. So you need to be doing massive damage as quickly as possible to a ton of people and then just to one enemy. So it's kind of it's a kind of hard balance to deal with, but definitely doable. So let me just break down what I've got here. So with my Titan, I run Sunbreaker. You can run anything you want. This is just what I do, just the thing I do to break down enemies. You can use these tips universally as well. So I use Sunbreaker with the Thermite Grenade, which is just a burning line of fire, which, helps with the hordes of enemies. I always use Strafe Lift because it just gives you better control in the air. Sometimes I use Towering Barricade, sometimes I use Rally Barricade. In this particular case, I don't really use either because you need to be constantly strafing and moving when you're fighting these public events. And in this particular tree of abilities, I'm using the Endless Siege. Creating hammers create sunspots on impact. While standing in a sunspot, you throw more hammers faster. Sun Warrior also, Sun Invictus, and then Mortar Blast. So the idea here is that I want to be able to create damage spots everywhere so I can deal with the hordes. And also when I'm working on, just the main guy at the end of the public events, the damage spots will be constantly hitting him over and over again, even after I hit him with the hammer. So ideally, it's going to be the most DPS I can get in the shortest amount of time. Same with the Thermite Grenade with the burning line. As far as weapons go, I use my main for my kinetic is Nameless Midnight. You can see I don't even have another option here because this is just the best choice you can get. Scout Rifle that does an area effector on detonation impact. This kind of helps with hordes from the Hive, they always have the Thrall that come after you. Kind of slows them down a little bit, but we also do that with the Thermite Grenade, so that's why I use that. And I'm going Risk Runner Shotgun. Now, Shotgun for the main, whenever I have to do as much damage as possible. You could use something like a sword, but that leaves you a little bit more vulnerable. You could do something like the Wardcliff Coil, which is part of my second loadout, which I'll describe in a minute. You could go with something like a grenade launcher, but I feel that you get the most damage and the most rounds for your power weapon with a shotgun. So I'll be able to do the fastest damage I can in the shortest amount of time with as much ammo as possible. You could also go with something like Merciless, but Merciless is a little bit more situational because you have to take the time to aim, and with the shotgun you can just get close to them and just unload and still do a decent amount of damage. Plus with the Merciless you don't get as many rounds, and it takes longer to build up that speed of damage whenever you're working on the boss. And we're going with Risk Runner because a lot of enemies do give you arc damage, like situationally, like with the walkers. The walker itself does arc damage, and a lot of the dregs do arc damage. And then with something like the Hive or the Taken, they all do arc damage. The Hive does arc damage with the wizard, so it's constantly going to be triggered. You're constantly going to be dealing with hordes, so this will help diminish the effect that they will be able to put on you, and you'll be able to hit more of them at once. So this is more my horde clear, my boss killer, my overall kinetic weapon. And armor wise, I'm trying to go with a little bit of both mobility and resilience, but also I have as many mods as I can for grenade recharge rate because I want to get my grenades as fast as possible. And with this chest piece, greatly improve the recharge rate of your solar abilities while Hammer Soul is charged. This is a great thing to have. It literally cuts down your grenade recharge rate to a fraction of the time, And also I try and keep the grenade recharge abilities honest too. So like I get my grenades back roughly with this active. I get them back roughly every 19 seconds, 20 seconds ish. So it's super effective when I'm having to deal with those hordes in public events. And my other loadout I use, now this one's going to be specific for the injection rig and maybe the drill, the Cabal drill one. I forgot what it's called. But the reason I go with the Wardcliffe coil is because when you have to shoot down those vents, a shotgun just won't do. You can't get close enough and do enough damage fast enough. So I just do the Wardcliffe coil with a little just jump in the air, Wardcliffe coil right into the vent. And it takes one round to take care of all of them. I also use this particular loadout whenever I have to deal with the Glimmer extraction. Now, Glimmer extraction, I can use either of the loadouts I was using before, but for the injection rig, definitely have to go with this one. It just works better for taking out those vents faster. And this is exactly why I go with the Wardcliffe coil. And the Perseverance just to help clear ads with void damage. Same with Nameless Midnight. Nothing else changes. Everything else in the loadout stays the same, but I just switch up these two weapons. Now, let's go over some gameplay so you can kind of see these things in action. So I'm not going to sit here and do every single public event because that would be like a video that would be way too long. So I'm just going to do a few of them. We're going to start with this Walker one, and we're also going to do the Witch's Ritual and then the Glimmer Extraction, just for examples. So you can kind of see, get an idea, see this loadout in, you know, in real play.
Look at those caches. They never learn.
They always start with hordes. Clear the horde. I'm going to wait to get my Risk Runner triggered. See some arc coming at me. Shoot it. Make quick work of this whole mob. Clear out these stragglers right here. Well, the Endless Midnight, or Nameless Midnight rather. So now the Walker comes out. You're going to want to get as close as possible with that shotgun and do some massive damage quickly. We're also going to throw the grenade to give a little extra damage. The grenade goes down, aim for the same leg. Bam, he's down. Now a lot of the stuff you can do when you're doing these public events, you can do solo. A lot of it, like I've done the Witch's Ritual solo and this Walker one solo. So it's like you get an idea that you can actually do these things by yourself and do enough damage too. So now the Risk Runner is triggered because he's doing his arc attack right now. So I can keep shooting. I can also clear this mob real quick. Activating that Risk Runner. Now the other guys here got him down, so we can just go ahead and clean him up. So that's just to give you an idea on that. Another thing you want to do, which I should mention, is you always want to rally the flag. Because if you rally the flag, you get all of your inventory filled, you get full ammo, you get full of your abilities, and you get your full super. So definitely, if you have the chance, definitely activate that rally the flag, so that way you can go in with full everything. So in the Witch's Ritual, you get a few knights, you get a few acolytes coming out. You want to clear them out because they're going to be doing a lot of damage to you, but also, you know, you got to keep in mind that you got to take out that wizard. So first knight comes out, concentrating on him because I know he's going to come over here and try and do damage to me. There's another one coming to my left. Got to take him out too. Try and make quick work of him. Now the wizard's unlocked. I start taking some arc damage, but I need to take him out quicker than not. So I need to get off this plate and use my shotgun and take him out. Now he won't go back into his shield for a while, so you can step off the plate and go attack him. And this other guy, I guess, I don't know what he was doing, but didn't get his wizard down. So we're going to help clear some ads, get rid of this knight again. He's pretty low, so we can just scout him out. Now normally this would just be the, you know, you finish up the public event, but we want to go heroic. So we're going to stay on this plate. We're going to drop this grenade because we know the hordes are going to be coming. We're going to take out these crystals with our scout. The other one's still blocked, so we got to get on that plate. Now I see a ton of ads, so we're going to have to press for time, so we're going to have to bust out the super. Use a hammer to take that out. Remember, as quick as possible is what we want to do. Clear up a couple more ads. So we've activated Heroic, and we know that it's going to be one big boss guy coming out of the center. It looks like a Dark Blade from Destiny 1. Another good rule of thumb is just run by these exploding thrall. If you just run by them, they'll trigger, and if you're not staying too close to them because you're running, you'll be safe. That way you don't have to worry about them later. Pick up one of these guys. Another thing, when you're fighting the big guy, if you hit him fast enough, he'll stagger, so he won't be able to attack you. You go in, do your damage, get him staggered, back up, reload, do it all over again. Get him staggered. I'm going to drop this grenade to clear up some of these ads. And also, they create sunspots, so we'll be damaging him as well. Okay, he's down. Pretty quick work. Luckily, we had some other guys helping us here. That worked out good.
Another day, another night.
Next up is the Glimmer Extraction. Now, this one is going to be where I show the Warcliff Coil. Now, the Warcliff Coil is the best at clearing ads. If you use it correctly, you're never... A lot of people don't like it because the rockets are erratic and they don't really, go where you exactly want them to every time. But if you use it correctly, it's great. It's great for mobs, it's great for bosses. So here we're going to show how it's great for mobs. Clear up these other Cabal. So if you're familiar with the Glimmer Extraction, there's always a group they drop and then they activate the extractor. So here's the group. Take them out real quick. And quick work of all of them. A little laggy. That's alright. Now the extractor tool you have to take out, it just popped up right in front of me. And it only takes one Warcliff Coil round to take it all the way out. So another good reason to use it. Just saving a ton of time. And we're always on timers with these public events, so you want to make sure you do everything as efficiently as possible. And we got to take out this captain. Clear out those ads. Another shot. He's down. Now this section's done, and on the Glimmer Extraction, you gotta do 3 sets of these. Let's head to the next one. Tons of guys here. Also some random Cabal. There's the tool we need to take out. Let's drop this grenade. Clear out these ads. The grenade is super handy in these situations. One shot with the Warcliff takes it out. Now again, we're going to have to wait for the next captain to come out, and we're going to have to take him out too. We also have a couple of ads here still. Take out these guys. These annoying freaking Cabal that just keep shooting me. So next guy's out, but I know that they're all going to be showing up in a line, and because I have my grenade back again, which is awesome, I can use that to clear most of them. One grenade throw kills all the extras, then we just have the captain. Take him out. Piece of cake. We're going to move to the next one, but that's pretty much it, guys. Just wanted to show you how to use these things and how to clear out public events a lot faster. Super handy. I definitely recommend getting one the next time they're for sale, or if you can get one at a drop, super great. Hang on to them. But go ahead and leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more from REgaming.com. Also, shoot us a comment if you have any questions or you want to give us any feedback. It's always appreciated. Until then, go ahead. Game on.
Game on! Yeah, game on!